The battle for Segesta begins. We'll have Captain Belanus on the Gaul side controlling his warband, and we have some infantry, barbarian cavalry, skirmishers, and it looks like this force has been in a battle recently. Maybe a battle against us, maybe against other barbarian tribes. In any case, it doesn't look like this is a very powerful attack, because it's not a full army and it's not led by a genuine family member from Gaul faction. It just looks like they are raiding or trying to take an opportunity to take a settlement from us. Our forces are being led by Marcus Julius. He's apparently loyal, heartless ruler. This man uses his power to keep those below in their proper stations in life. That gives him influence. He's sober. This man realizes that all things are best in moderation, never allowing wine to get in the way of work. That gives him management, +1, 5% penalty to your popularity with the people. Outstanding speaker. When this fellow speaks, those around are mesmerized, relying about his chosen cause. +1 influence, 5% bonus to your popularity with the people. Understanding of strategy. This man has a basic grasp of strategy, but his studies have only just begun. He's 16 years old. He's young, but he's going to be supported by this fellow right here. He is natural born general, confident attacker, very lively, poor farmer. He likes a drink. This man is dedicated drinker, and any benefits to his working relationships are outweighed by the constant hangovers. It looks like he's more of a warrior than a soldier, because as you can see, he's a poor farmer. He likes a drink, so he likes to spend more times with people than managing. So he likes to spend like more time with people who like a drink than managing. He's Joutsman. This man's interest in architecture stands him in good stead when construction work is needed. 10% discount on construction costs. Obviously this is a counter trade to poor farmer and like a drink. Well, that's really cool that very expensive buildings can be constructed on 10% discount. Rational beliefs. The stars are just lights in the sky for this man. They do not rule his destiny. It looks like he does not believe in, for example, gods. That gives him some management. He's restrained. A person who seldom allows his emotions to surface, making him seem aloof and distant. -1 influence, 100% increase cost to bribe. He has a drill master that increases movement points, and the cook. Good food is a civilized accomplishment. +1 to personal security, improves the chances of detecting and following assassination attempts. So this man has a basic talent for command, although he sometimes lacks confidence. On the management side, the administration is not this man's forte. He can manage simple matters, but without skill. So let's begin this engagement. I'm going to untick this box, so hopefully this won't allow the AI army to enter the battle, and they would just end up on my side, maybe not. So I untick the box and I'll see, because I'm not sure if I have to leave the ticker or I have to untick the ticker in order to control the force, but we will find out.
Men, we face adversity. A band of brothers dedicated to units.
In any case, these troops right here are to defend northern frontier. Our campaigns in the south are going fabulous, and we have defeated Carthaginians very effectively. Things are looking absolutely great.
The reinforcements have arrived! This is hopeful news indeed!
Okay. As you can see, I have unticked the box and I'm in control of the troops, which is exactly what I wanted to have. Let's take a look what does our enemy holds here. It looks like he does not have nearly as many troops as they would need to pose as a threat, so I wouldn't kind of consider them to be of a significant threat to my strength. So these guys right here, the town watch, they won't stand in the battle for long. They can keep the town in order, kill the plebs and be tough men, but on the battlefield itself they are not as good. So they're like
General!
not kind of soldiers that are being consistently drilled. In any case, I'm going to move these guys on the flanks, and I think that it's time for us to approach the enemy further. So my army consists of Astarte mostly, as you can see. We don't have any Principes, but these soldiers are as tough as Principes. It's just they do not possess such a good armor as the Principes would otherwise have. Okay, now I'm going to stack up forces to intercept enemies. I'm going to position generals on the sides, and it looks like we're coming in. Now I'm going to see this from a perspective of a Gaul soldier. From Gaul's perspective here, and they will get blasted by javelin fire. Now they have used a war cry ability, so they are very, very kind of high up in morale. And here we see the engagement. They have some slingers behind there. And now the soldiers are going at it through the void. Okay, okay. So here we see our town watch as well. It looks like they have rusted shields. In any case, they will not stand in the fight for a very long time. And now that the enemy has broken,
the army is in flight. Pursue them and drive them from the battlefield.
I have to pursue them and try to hunt down as many of them as possible. Kill them off. Fast and effectively. There a bannerman has died of theirs. Here these guys are not killing nearly as quickly as I would like them to. In any case, it doesn't look like many of them will survive this. Hunting enemy units down is as important as winning the battle, because the less of them leave, the less will be ready to fight on another day. And that is without a doubt very, very important for us. Okay, that will be it. And there's only a handful of them left. Can we kill this one guy with javelin barrage? He's really, really fast. Okay, the javelins were thrown, but none of them have reached. So it did sounded like they were thrown in, but it looks like at the very last second they didn't throw them. So their captain's dead. So a captain isn't really a noble man. And here the last of them will fall and will keep.
All Rome will be amazed at such a victory! The day is ours!
Okay, that's a really good news. It's a clear victory for us.
Victory! Out of move, sir.
This army
needs
to go back and recover now. Here, some retraining needs to take place, recruitment, as well as market could go down. A blacksmith over here could go down. So we'll have more than one settlement with
General, onward! Imperator!
with blacksmith built, let's take a look at our characters again. So first of all,
Sir!
one of our army commanders, Julius, 26 years old, benevolent ruler. This man likes to see himself as being well-meaning and considerate of his social inferiors. Ingenious, this man has an inherently trusting nature that makes him both endearing and worryingly vulnerable, plus to influence man's too from personal security. Reverend, this man is openly religious and respectful of the gods. Vanquisher, this man's many victories have made him popular and respected, but also target in the eyes of his jealous compatriots. Mildly extravagant, money is only as much use as the things it's spent on. In this man's opinion, military genius, plans for command. Alright, that's our faction leader right here. He is Spartan right now, so this man has chosen to live without any luxury, save the luxury of self-restraint. It looks like he's chosen not to live in luxury, which isn't something I personally would support. He's ingenious. This man has an inherently trusting nature. Inefficient taxman, that's very bad for the nation. Whether it's simple incompetence or diversion of funds to his own purse, this man lacks the talent to gather taxes. Careless, this man pays little attention to his personal security. Understanding of strategy, benevolent rule, this man likes to see himself as being well-meaning and considerate. However, he's very good commander, very good at managing things, and he's extremely influential. When this man speaks, all stop to listen to his words. Even his opinions have the force of law for many. So what do we have here? Decorated hero, drill master. It also not only gives 25% to movement points, also 10% discount on unit training costs. Priest of Jupiter, plus 1 influence, plus 1 command, plus 1 management, very good. Tax farmer, 5% bonus on tax income. He's inefficient taxman, so this goes from -20 to -15 with a tax farmer. An expert in the enforced separation of people and their money, but perhaps not as skilled at passing the gains to government. So obviously the government is taking their cut, so that everybody would get what they need when they need it, such as healthcare, police protection, firefighters that would extinguish fire on their homes, or you know, there are kind of buildings that they would use together with the community, people that fix roads and such. Also the army. Tribune of the plebs. Political power must be used whatever the source and wherever it is found. +1 influence, 20% bonus on our popularity with the people. Okay, so he's certainly really cool. It's just that he is a little bit old. 6 years old. Here we have TD speaker, fruitful, calm, tight-fisted, superior builder. He's 20 years old. The 47-year-old guy, Vanquisher, sharp, beating words, good defender, priest of series, plus management, +1 to farming output. So this guy is a really good manager, apparently lawyer, superior builder. This man enjoys the planning and building of settlements almost for their own sake. Tight-fisted. Daylight rarely lights up in the inside of this man's purse. +3 management, +2 to score. Decreases population growth and public order. Calm, fruitful. A discreet silence about this matter is in order. Increases the chance of having children. Tedious speaker. Dill doesn't even begin to describe this man's speaking skills. -1 influence, 5% penalty to popularity. Okay, so I think this man will just kind of have to stay here and manage the settlement, I guess. And there's that. Furthermore, this one was a bit lucky, I guess. He's good ambusher, untruthful. While the small-minded, the great truth is good thing, this man sees the bigger picture. +1 influences. +1 influence, liver-livered. The sight of blood makes this man go pale, an unfortunate trait in one who is expected to command. -1 morale for troops on the battlefield, so he can command troops. Spawn of the gods. This man's life is no longer his own. The gods themselves have plans for him, although these have yet to be fully revealed. Okay, so it looks like he is trusting in priests more than he should. Priest of Jupiter, merchant. Has no enemies. His local hero has been now understanding of strategy, understand mathematics, skilled bureaucrat, politician, confident commander. He's also a faction heir. Now here we have this guy. He recently was in battle.
Orders?
Okay, so I think that it actually gives us an opportunity to
Yes, master.
advance on the enemy.
Moving.
And take a settlement here and just simply recover here. I'm sure there will be space for barracks in that location. Here I'm going to reduce the tax. Our finances are still at approximately over 3,500 in income, so
Your Honor.
things without a doubt are looking very good for us. Is there anybody I would like to see? Probably the Dacians.
I shall speak with them at once.
So
Out of
let's
moves.
move on to the Dacians and have a chat as well. It looks like we failed the mission. The Senate knows that you have failed to blockade the port as requested. This strengthens the enemy to the detriment of Rome. Okay, we got 3,600. Our profits are not as high as I would like them to be. In any case, I'm still recruiting peasants. Diplomatic information. The following factions have declared that they are allies. Pawn to the House of Skipe. The following factions have declared ceasefire. Spain, Gaul. So it looks like Gauls have been seeing us as a threat. So here, what do we have? We have 469 individuals without an army. This town would just pretty much rebel.
Sir!
Mostly hell. It's time to send in my general with the plebs from Carthage and Thapsus, so that they could start settling down here.
Sir!
When
Sir!
I actually
Moves depleted! Sir!
kind of want them to do that.
Onward! Moves depleted! Sir!
Okay. Furthermore,
Orders! Imperator! Forward!
what I mean by that
Forces!
is, first of all, I'm just gonna leave them here. Okay, not all of them. So, first of all, just 2. I will disband these brigades one by one, so the mobs. And as you can see, my population growth has increased, and I don't even need these as well. I'm gonna create some town watch instead, also to exchange for the loss. And it looks like I'm going to successfully move this up by quite a bit. This army, on the other hand, can move to Thapsus and start reorganization efforts. Okay. Also, my next objective will be to advance on the settlement right here, the Median settlement, and at the same time I want them to be trailed with town watch that could kind of make sure that my newly conquered settlements are quickly looked after by the town watch.
Imperator.
So basically I want to take this settlement right here, the settlement of the Midi. No, that was a mistake. I'll be marching even further south to Nepte. So first of all, I'm going to march to Nepte. I want to take the settlement, quickly garrison it, and then move my forces to the Midi. So I need a garrison force to march just behind my main army. Alright. Now, in here, I need to check what else do I need to build. It looks like I would need to make sure that the public order is looked after, and it doesn't look like there's much that could help me with that. I will build a bunch of bats here. What's the problem anyway? It looks like we still have cultural penalty and tax penalty. Squirrel is a big deal, so this town may soon end up expanding, and there's a lot more towns that will expand soon as well. Okay, so I've got
yes, master.
A spy here.
Secrecy is assured. Moves depleted, sir.
Orders.
Oh wow, I have 3 Hastati, 4 in total here.
Move out. General.
Okay.
Orders. Attack.
Let's march on Mediolanium first. I have a quite powerful army here. It looks like Town Watch moved with me.
Besieging settlement, sir.
That wasn't exactly what I intended.
Settlement under siege, sir. Sir.
Didn't want to see that. My Hastati here can march behind. Also here I'm going to recruit more.
Orders, sir.
Town Watch. They don't look very happy to me without a Town Watch. And that's pretty much the thing here. For now.
General, sir.
Okay. How's my main army doing on this shore, on these shores? It looks like they're not doing that bad. I'm going to take this force, get everybody on the ships. Okay, it looks like they won't be very happy with what is happening here. What if I would leave them one static brigade? Looks like that would do the trick. And so I'm going to sail everybody through.
Out of move, sir. Imperator.
And
General, sir. Orders.
we will start
Orders, sir.
marching forward then.
Imperator. General.
Okay, it looks like I'll need all of this down watch soon behind me. So I'm gonna get these guys in. Yeah, that's just fine.
Move out! Moves depleted, sir! Sir! General!
Things are not looking bad. This army.
Sir! Sir! March!
Is going to be
Imperator!
moving south then. Everything is very much in order. We've met the Germanians. They may launch kind of a campaign against us. That wouldn't be surprising. Senate mission signed. Blockade the port. This port. Stoic philosophy. Artisan of Chios begins his teaching of the Stoic way of life. This philosophy derives its name from the forum, the porch of the Athenian agora, Stoia Poikili. It is here that Stoics first met and propounded their ideas that emotions like envy or passion arise from false judgments. A person who has attained moral and intellectual perfection will avoid these feelings. Alright, agent detected. End of turn report. Town grows Arretium. So I'm going to spend most of my money on these guys, and new family member has been born. Construction has been completed. Some communal farming. One Slashenberger has won the land. One response is for farming communities to organize and work collectively. Communal farming produces a surplus through minor economies of scale. Tools and resources are pooled and everyone works as a team to gather the harvest. Individual failures are minimized by these methods, and the increased output adds to population growth. So it looks like the farms are being kind of managed by one authority, like a council, and everybody kind of has to obey some kind of regulations, rules, whatever you want to call them. And in this way, pretty much everybody is being taught how to farm, punished for doing it badly, and probably land is being taken away from people, distributed to others that would be willing to work it. Compensations are being made and things like that. Okay, so let's speak with these barbarians first. It looks like we already have a trade deal with them, so that's all I wanted. I'm moving my diplomats forward here towards the Dacians again, and furthermore, I'm going to increase the tax rate. Move my army forward towards Mediolanium. I'll have a truly significant force there.
Moves depleted, sir.
Let's
At your service,
as well
on my way.
move on to
Moving. Moves depleted, sir.
to the
Yes,
east.
master.
See what we have here. Furthermore, the Brute, it looks like they are fighting the Macedonians, and oppose the Macedonians probably stand no chance against Brutii onslaught. However, both parties have exhausted their strength without doubt. Also, I want to go into game options, take a look. Follow all AI movements, skip all AI movements. I am following them, but they are done so quickly, I can barely kind of look through it perfectly. Okay, so the next thing I'm doing,
Onward!
I'm moving these
Onward! Orders, Imperator.
forces into
Move
Leftis
out!
Magna.
No more moves, sir! Imperator.
My army here can start marching towards Cirta, city that we are going to
Out of moves, sir.
challenge soon.
Yes, master.
My spies here will
No more moves, sir.
move towards the Carthaginian lines over here. Good. And
Imperator,
this force will have to attack
engage the enemy!
these Numidians here.
Victory!
So, what does that mean? War. The House of Julian versus Numidia. The war has already started, but let's take a look. What does the Senate think about them? The Senate declares that your war against these people is not in Rome's interests. An immediate end to war and rapprochement is desirable. These people should be weakened, perhaps bled white, before any war begins. The elimination of their military commanders and the sabotage of their defenses and military buildings should be a matter of some urgency. We should not send our troops into a war that isn't already underway. Okay, so they think that these people are not a threat.
Attack!
Well,
Imperator, orders!
I do not agree.
General,
I think that
General, move out! Moves depleted, sir!
we should
Move out!
fight them. In any
Ready to
case,
sail!
one of my
Prepare to
ports
engage!
has been blockaded, but they do have a navy here,
Victory!
and
Prepare
this
to
navy
engage!
will persuade
General,
my enemies. I'm going to disband those in Stati. Okay. Furthermore, it looks like the battle
orders! Prepare for battle!
for this town can commence Medialinium. So, we are going to face 50-year-old Apollodorix. He's 3-star commander, 4 Magia. He's also a faction heir, so his death is significant. He's natural-born general, intelligent, very lively, and drunkard. Often drunk by noon, this man's duties are secondary to his thirst. Intelligent, blessed with a superior intellect, this man has the annoying habit of outperforming his peers apparently without having to do any work. He has drunken uncle. Even in the greatest family, there's always someone who specializes in causing embarrassment. Drinking companion, eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we will do it all over again. Pet hunting dog, woof. +1 to line of sight, increases the range at which enemies are spotted. Priest of Abnoba. A priest spends half of a lifetime studying subjects related to his god. Okay, so we should be able to win against him very easily. I will save this because I'm not sure how the game would react to the fact that he is faction heir. It looks like we have won this reasonably well, so I'll know in the future that I can out-solve these battles. Okay, so I'm just, I'm going to occupy this because I do have a lot of troops here. And first of all, let's take a look what we have here. Warlord's Hold. A warlord's hold is needed for a settlement to develop from its humble beginnings. This is a richly decorated long hall fit for a man who gives brave leadership in war and motivates his people to work hard in more peaceful times. This is the center of the settlement, and without the many servants who work here, no organized work for the benefit of the community would be done. By sword ride, a warlord makes his building the finest in the settlement, and much effort is lavished upon it. stockade. A rough wooden wall is a better defense than a palisade of stakes, but it's still not much of an obstacle to organized attackers. It will delay an enemy force breaking into the settlement, and so is a good barrier against surprise raids. More organized attackers will, however, break the wall down sooner rather than later. The wall also keeps locals and their property safe at night and gives a sense of permanence to a town. These walls are easy to construct, even with an unskilled workforce. Improving the walls also adds grain stores to extend the time a settlement can resist a siege. Meeting hall. A meeting hall, that's all kind of a substitute for the barracks, that we would call it. It allows us to construct a statue, which is really good. So a meeting hall gives older warriors somewhere to pass on their skills to the next generation of fighters. These warriors have chosen to defend their homes, loved ones and the tribe, but they may not be as professional as space soldiers. Their hall has some creature comforts and a plentiful supply of ale, but these men are here to learn the skills of war and defend the state, not just to enjoy themselves. The meeting hall can be improved as the settlement grows. Practice range. Learning to skirmish effectively requires an open space where lightly armed and armored warriors can safely practice with missile weapons. These are also the tactics of movement and disengagement to be passed on, all of which need space. By contrast, a swordsman can be taught wherever there is enough room to swing a blade. Land clearance, an improvement on slash and burn farming around the settlement. Land clearance allows a surplus of food and encourages population growth. Subsistence farming, where people can only just feed themselves and their families, does not free people to do anything more than scrabble for a living. However, if agriculture improves even marginally, there will be growth in the settlement. So it looks like they would just kind of take some land and clear the land for farms, stables. This is the basic building required for training cavalry units. Stables can be improved as the settlement grows, so that a wider range of cavalry types that require different types of horse can be trained. Horses are far too valuable to be used for farming. Oxen, donkeys and slaves are used instead and are bred for war, not work. Just about every horse-using tribe is highly stratified, as horses are expensive to rear and keep, and having one is a matter of status amongst an aristocracy. Stables are also used to breed the savage warhounds that are used in battle to tear the flesh from enemies. Market increases tradable goods, population growth bonus 0.5%. As the settlement grows, the returns on trade improve too. As long as merchants are encouraged to do business, an organized market allows locals to trade and brings in outside traders too. It's a place for people to meet, buy and sell, and catch up on gossip. Many goods are available, including information at the right price. Trade can of course be taxed. It can also be improved when this building is upgraded. Roads. These minor roads improve trade and allow faster movement of armies, but for the most part they're just ancient tracks worn into the landscape created over generations. The builders improved these ancient ways a little with simple bridges, a stony road bed in the marshy spots, and by cutting back vegetation. They are not ideal, but are certainly better than nothing. Also, they have Sacred Grove of Abnaba. The Sacred Grove is dedicated to Abnaba, the Gully goddess of the hunt. Hers is a bloody cult, well suited for a warlike people. Religion also makes a people feel happy and content to know that the gods are properly honored. The Sacred Grove can be improved as the settlement grows in size and importance. Okay, first of all, we're going to get rid of this Sacred Grove. It upgrades missile weapons, so it's good for these kind of armies. In any case, I'm gonna go for a Shrine of Jupiter quickly, and this should fix many problems for us. Also, our armies will be marching forward. Faction leader is dead. Our leader is dead, a noble Roman gone to join his illustrious ancestors, and in his greatness an example to all future generations. Plague in Macedonia. Great and terrible plague in Macedonia is threatening to spread southwards into Greece. It's almost certainly caused by the Celts and other barbarians. Okay, hand pump invented. Archimedes has invented the world's first water pump that allows water to be raised quickly and easily to where it is needed. Here's the end of 10. We're not making much, but it's something. Without a doubt. New faction leader. Your family has a new leader, surely a man to uphold Roman dignity and family virtue in the face of threats from outside and within your borders. So that's the man who was given a chance to become one, and he became the leader. Also, many buildings have been constructed and forces are being retrained. Other Roman nations or families have joined our struggle against Numidians, even when the Senate wasn't really approving that.
General, move out!
I'm going to send my remaining statues in, and look at that, we have been ambushed. We have been ambushed by them. And it's best if we run, or retreat in this case.
Out of move, sir!
It looks like they're on the bridge, and they're sending in reinforcements. So that was the force that had to garrison Mediolanum, but it turned out that they are not. Here,
Sir!
I'm going to further
Move out!
move the plebs into Lepsis Magna.
Imperator, march!
As you can see, the numbers here are increasing satisfactorily, kind of very well, I mean. And now 1,300
Sir, onward!
and counting. Furthermore, let's take a look on our other family campaign. So instead of only Brutae fighting here, Scipia is helping them. The Brutae is having trouble because the Greeks have defended the siege of Thermon and pushed the Brutae back. They do have a powerful city here, and the plague is spreading, and it looks like this plague is caused by barbarians, so I assume it's not a disease but barbarians killing people, and it may spread south further.